Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique, and I want to talk a little bit about the Moonchild Tarot. Now this is a deck that I regularly use for moon work, especially new moons. I like to pull cards from this during the moon phases. I think it's a beautiful deck. The guidebook is absolutely amazing. So good. So you get like a full page here on the card and the meaning. We've got a description of the card and then inquiry, and we have some journaling prompts. It's a lovely deck to deep dive, you know, to journal with, to really how do I put this, to delve into your own psyche, I think, using the moon phases. It's absolutely gorgeous. And these are easy. These are the backs, and of course they're not in order. Of course they're not in order. So I will pause the video and put them in order. But just to tell you what I'm going to do, I have bought the latest rendition, which is that bag. Oh, did that go bang? This edition, which is the Shadow Work edition. So I thought that would be fascinating to actually look at, because I do believe there's some changes in this deck. I think some of the cards are the same, but I would like to see what changes, not only in the cards, but also if the guidebook has any changes. So I'll just pause the video and put the other deck in order. I think what's nice as well is that the inside of the Moonchild Tarot normal edition, it says you are the dance of light and shadow, and this is the shadow edition of the Moonchild, so I think that's really cool. So let's get into it and see what we've got in this edition. So we are dealing with a few shadows, I'm afraid. I will try and do something post-production, but it's getting dark. We have clouds coming over, so yeah. So anyway, this is the box. This was on the front. This was the box to the Moonchild. So there we go. These are the sides. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite a similar pattern, I think, to this one. Darker, yeah, it's darker. And look at the inside. How cool is that? And it says bloom in light, bloom in shadow. So that's nice. I wonder what's in, because in the bottom of this box here, the Moonchild, we have, yeah, it's not the same. Okay, that's a shame, because we've got a picture here which is absolutely gorgeous, but in the bottom of the Shadow edition it says seek the unseen. So that's the difference there. So that's the difference in the boxes. Let's take the cards out first. Okay, so these are the backs, and these are the backs of the first edition. So let's put them up a bit closer, and we can see there they are the same backs, just different colours. This is beautiful. I don't know if it's like a, what colour would you call that? I'm not sure. Aubergine, possibly, maybe. Anyway, I'm not a colour connoisseur. This is the guidebook, and it's, oh, look at this, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is the guidebook to the first edition, so completely different. Yeah, completely different. They're colour coded the same. So that's cool. Yeah, you can see, possibly. Yeah. Colour coded the same. Same texture. The cardstock is the same. Yeah, absolutely the same. So what about the cards? Let's go through and see now the differences and the similarities. So we start here with the Fool. That's interesting. Why are they upside down? Okay. Alrighty. Some of them are upside down for some reason. That's yeah, that's a little bit strange. Okay, so we'll start here with the Fool. I wonder as well if they're going to have the extra cards that we had in this one, which was like we have Moonchild, Divine Wisdom, which is that image from the inside of the box, shadow work. I love that image. Okay. Alright, so straight away we've got a difference in the Fool image. Let's just zoom in. Yeah, we've got a difference in the Fool image. In fact, it's just the same image reversed with like a cloak of smoke, a veil here. So it's veiled energy. This one is looking into the universe here, but this one's looking into clouds. So yeah, definite shadow energy. The Magician. Different. So this is a completely different card. And the High Priestess as well is a different card. The type font is a little bit different as well. So there's definite changes in the artwork. Okay. Oh yeah, and the Empress. For some reason we've got 3 versions of one person, I think, in this one. Whereas this one is one person. It's a lovely image. Emperor. Let's see if the Emperor's changed. Yes. This looks more of an introverted Emperor, where this is the extroverted Emperor, which fits right in with shadow work, doesn't it? Looking at our deep psyche. So yeah, I can get that. The Hierophant, it's the same image, but it's just a little bit muted. It's the same image. Yeah, others are the same. Again, just a little bit, the colours are a little bit different. But yeah, essentially that's the same image. Yep, Chariot. I love that Chariot. It's got a real 1920s feel to it. With an Egyptian overtone. Strength is different. Okay. So we're side by side with the lion now. Touching her arm there. That is different. Okay, Hermit. Yep, Hermit's different again. Veiled. This Hermit has got. Okay, this Hermit is going through a portal, whereas this Hermit, we don't know where they're going, but they seem quite insignificant in comparison to their environment, and we can see the little footprints as well. That's interesting. Wheel of Fortune, pretty much the same card. Yeah, just these dusky tones. Justice. Yeah. Hanged Man, same. Beautiful death card, that one. And we have the same card. Temperance is different. Again, going through a portal. And the Devil, that's different. Very murky. Got no lovers in there either. The Tower. Yep, same card. Looks a little bit more stormy, that sea. The Star. Moon. The Sun. So we actually have a face in this one, whereas this one is so vibrant, so bright, we couldn't even look at it. here we're being invited to... oh, yeah, these are upside down. How strange that some of the cards are upside down. I wonder why that is. Okay, Judgment. It's a different image. That's good, isn't it? Because we're facing ourselves. Yeah. I like that. Because usually judgment does come from within, doesn't it? If we are affected by other people's opinions of ourselves, then it's something to do with us, really, isn't it? And not them, you know. And the universe is a little bit different. I often refer to this deck as my Stevie Nicks deck. Because that's what it reminds me of, the Stevie Nicks energy. So, same image, just different hues, tones. Different. Very much a barren landscape. The 3, yeah, that's different as well. Can you see what I mean by my Stevie Nicks deck? That really just, yeah, there's such Stevie Nicks energy there. This one, not so much. 4, yeah, it's different. 5, yes, different again. We seem to be more alone in the shadow deck. 6 is different. The eye. 7, different again. So there's quite a few cards that have changed. Not just 1 or 2. 8. Yep, that's different again. Wow. This is the 9. Look at this. So maybe when we meditate like this, this is what we are seeing or imagining, or the portal that we're going into. The 10's different. The page, different again. Those barren trees once again. We saw in the, was it the 2, I think? Yep, the night's different. Queen is sort of a mirror image, a reversed image, although these flowers aren't on there. The flowers are a little bit different. We've still got the elements on top, which is nice. Fire. Again, a reversed image, but the markings on the body are a little bit different there on the king. Yeah. A real different energy. This is wonderful. Yeah, 2 is different. Again, we're facing ourselves. The relationship we have to ourselves. We have a cauldron here, that's different. I think I prefer that one actually. More in line with the 3 of Cups energy for me. Although I suppose you put different ingredients into a pot, don't you? Then you'll come up with something completely different. So I get that. Yeah, that makes sense actually when I think about it. Looks like the same image, pretty much. It's a very cold landscape in the shadow version. Path doesn't look quite so inviting, does it? 6, again different. 7. Yeah, we've got the same, exactly the same. 8 is different. for this one. I suppose this one's more in line with a Rider-Waite-Smith take on the Eight of Cups. Maybe the journey is an inward one again. So that works, doesn't it? Nine of Cups. Yeah. Gorgeous. And 10. Look at that rainbow. Page. So even though this landscape looks absolutely vast, then we also know that this ocean is vast as well. And there's a definite connection there, more of a connection to the moon than on this one. The moon is not so close. Night. Oh, it's gorgeous. Wow. Queen. So yeah, as I expected that to be the same, just reversed. Because it was in the other Queen, as with the King as well. Yep. Same as the Wands, just a reversed image of the original. Pretty much the same image. Nice how those sort of line up there, isn't it? Like that. Look at that. Yeah. It's been reversed, hasn't it? Yeah. Okay, the two. Beautiful. Doesn't stray too far away. Four. Yeah, that's quite different. Yeah, quite different. 5, yeah, as that is as well. 6. Completely different feel there. 7. So we actually have some buildings in the background on this one. So that different there. 8, pretty much the same. 9, reversed image. 10, different image. Page is the same. Knight, same. Queen, yeah, reversed. And the King will be reversed, yeah. Yep. Okay, so Pentacles. Still got that labyrinth. Very similar. 2 is different. Still 2 figures. Beautiful, beautiful aesthetic, this deck, isn't it? But Danielle Noel's decks are this aesthetic, aren't they? And that's why we like them. Oh, wow, get lost there. 6. There seems to be a lot more statues, doesn't there, in the shadow one? And it feels somehow a little lonelier. 8. 9, that's quite similar. 10. Page. Okay, Knight is in reverse. Queen in reverse. Yep, King. Yep. Okay, so that follows on. All right, so let's now have a little look at the extra cards. So we've got a much darker, moodier image here in the Shadow Work deck for Shadow Work card. Divine Wisdom. Well, that's pretty much the same image. So not much difference there, I would say. And then Moonchild is different. Veiled. Yeah. So it feels very watery, this deck. Very ethereal, even more so than the Moonchild itself, if that's possible. I like it a lot. I really, really do. I think, personally, I'm still going to use the original in my moon pulls. But I think what I could do is use the Shadow Moonchild for the shadow sides of the moon, you know, the aspects of the moon, like the dark moon and the waning moon, and use the original for the full moon and the waxing moon phases. I think that's probably what I'm going to do with this deck. And let's now just have a quick look at the guidebook. Introduction, a lunar history, the goddess, the history of tarot, what is the tarot, reversed cards, moon bath ritual, reading your cards, reading for others, working with the moon, and then onto the majors. Introduction, pretty much the same. Lunar history, although I don't think, have we got them in? Yeah, let's look. Introduction, history of tarot, lunar history. Minus. Okay. It's a little bit different. Okay, so there's a little bit of difference in the first few pages, which is great. That's cool. Then what do we have? Welcome. We've got an image of the moon. Yeah, the guidebook's different. That's cool. Then history, polarity, that's the same there. Polarity and the divine, so that's the same. The goddess, yeah, we've got that in the other book. History of tarot. History of tarot. A few different images there. Yeah, that's the same text there. The journey and the cards. The cards. Okay, so pretty much same. Then we go on to the major arcana. That's the same. The minors and the courts. That's the same. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to keep saying it's the same. I'll just have a little look. Reversed before reading. Yeah, that's the same. It's going to be the same. Moon bath ritual, which I'm sure is in here as well. Yeah, it pretty much looks to me the same. Yeah, same. Yeah, so the beginning's the same. And now we're into the cards. Okay. So what we might do, in fact what I will do is I'm going to pull a card that's different in each deck. That's not that one. And look at them side by side. Okay. So let's look at, where are we to? Actually, let's look at Dark Veil, which is the devil. So I didn't actually notice that, but it actually has been renamed. So in the Moonchild, if we look at the Devil card, straight onto it. The Devil hides its face behind our destructive human traits and the self-inflicted tendencies that feed our internalized shame, guilt and fear. In this image we see the ancient archetypes of this key that have become pervasive within a collective memory and shadow. And then we've got the inquiry, astrological, Capricorn and Saturn, and then the information. So let's see what we have in this one. Well, that's interesting. In the book we're going for 14 Temperance straight on to 16 the Tower. Well, how on earth? There it is. Okay, so it's not got a number in the guidebook, and yes, if you actually look there, it actually does say 15. So it is the Devil card, but they've actually done it differently. So there's, yeah. So the inquiry is different. It doesn't give the astrology. It's completely different. Okay, so there is a difference. I'm not really going to spoil it for you. But yeah, it's completely different. Alright, let's see if that holds true in the minors. One of the more melancholy cards of the tarot, the Five of Cups, often points to moments of loss and disappointment. Here we see 5 cups, each representing potential abundance, but 1 cup is sadly overturned, marking a loss that prevents us from celebrating the 4 that remain standing. And for a brighter outcome rests beyond this gateway. There's the inquiry. And the text. So, 5 of Cups. Again, it's the same, I think. One of the more melancholy cards of the tarot, the 5 of Cups, often points to moments of loss and disappointment. Here we see 5 cups. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, it's the same text. Alright. Yeah, same text. Yep. Yep. So for that minor card, it is actually the same text. That's a little bit disappointing. Is there a card that's completely different? Let's look at the next card, the 6 of Cups. Put those side by side. Because, I mean, it's a completely different image. And I've just got a quick look at the guidebook. So in the original Moonchild, glancing out into the sunset, a seeker takes in the surroundings of a brilliant hall she once celebrated. Its empty space, an echo of its previous existence. In the distance she sees the ancient standing stones, markers of a time and place that still lives on in her memories and dreams. She is sensitive to this nostalgia as it calls her to another world. Shadow edition. 5 cups float in a wispy mirage, each containing a treasure from a moment in time that still rests within the heart of the seeker. In front of her, one solid goblet stands strong and true as she holds it close to her. She covets the possibility of a new beginning, to fill her cup and replenish her emotional reserves. Then, the key words are the same. And so are all of the journal prompts. Yeah, the journal prompts are exactly the same. And then, yeah, and then the information about the 6 of Cups is exactly the same. So there's not an awful lot of difference actually in the guidebook. So if you were hoping for that. But all in all, I think it's a beautiful deck. I'm glad I bought it. It's not a cheap deck, it's an investment deck. But you can probably tell that the quality of these cards is phenomenal. I mean, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? That whole beautiful Art Deco type feel to it, which I love. So I now have 2 Stevie Nicks type decks. Oh, they're just gorgeous. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. As I said before, I'm still going to work with it with the moon, as I normally do, but different phases will bring out the different decks. So that's what I intend to do. So anyway, thank you for watching this little comparison video, and until the next time, friends.